Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley reveals who is really responsible for pardons. Reality television star Todd Chrisley is sharing who he feels is truly responsible for him and his wife being pardoned. They were locked up in January 2023 and ultimately freed in May 2025. So, who was behind all of this? Keep reading for more details. Todd Chrisley reveals who is really responsible for pardons. Since Todd Chrisley and his wife, Julie Chrisley, were sentenced to a collective 19 years behind bars, the fight was on. They headed to their respective prisons, Todd in Pensacola and Julie in Kentucky. All the time that they were away, their daughter Savannah Chrisley stood firm by their sides. She made it her mission to get them freed or, at the very least, their sentences significantly reduced. At the same time, she was raising her two younger siblings and ensuring they were safe and happy. Ultimately, at the end of May 2025, Savannah got the call from President Donald Trump that he was pardoning her parents. She had worked tirelessly to campaign for President Trump and was very proactive, which all paid off. Her parents walked within 24 hours of getting the pardon call. Although Todd and Savannah spoke at a press conference, they gathered with Julie and Grayson for a sit-down with Lara Trump. While doing this, Todd explained that God is really the one responsible for their pardons. Of course, he credits the president for making the call and allowing them to be free. However, he is very spiritual and truly is grateful to God, who had previously been angry with. Heading to Pensacola without his wife, Julie Chrisley, by his side was very hard for Todd Chrisley. They have been married for nearly 30 years. Therefore, that first night behind bars was understandably difficult. He was not happy with the person he held so much faith in. Todd questioned why God would do this to him when he had believed he had been so loyal. He then had a dream where God came to him and shared that he had planted him where he felt he was needed. Reflecting back, Todd Chrisley now sees that he was where he belonged and is determined to help other inmates. He met some amazing men when he was behind bars, who were his biggest supporters. The same went for Julie Chrisley, as she also met many women along the way who deserved a second chance. To get them the chances that they so desperately deserve is vital to the couple now that they have been blessed. Fans were thrilled to see them back together and speaking out. Ultimately, followers of Julie and Todd Chrisley hope that they keep their word, that they do all they can for prison reform and continue their healing journey. From behind the steel bars of his Pensacola prison cell, Todd Chrisley has remained unusually vocal, not just about his innocence, but about the swirling rumors surrounding possible presidential pardons. Now, in a jaw-dropping statement that left fans, critics, and even politicians buzzing, Todd has dropped a bombshell. He says he knows exactly who's pulling the strings behind the scenes of the high-stakes pardon power. And it's not who anyone expected. In a new handwritten letter released through his legal team and read aloud by daughter Savannah Chrisley on her podcast Unlocked, Todd declared, "People think the president holds the key to pardons, but they're wrong. The real power lies in the shadows, and I've seen the truth with my own eyes." According to Todd, it wasn't his well-connected attorneys or media exposure that got the attention of high-ranking officials. It was a mysterious fixer, a woman he only refers to as Ms. Eloise. "She came into my life like a southern storm," Todd's letter reads. "One moment I'm praying for a miracle, and the next, this woman appears in a beige trench coat, a tight bun, and the most piercing green eyes I've ever seen. She says she worked outside the system, but inside the process. I didn't know what that meant, but I listened." Todd claims Ms. Eloise wasn't a lawyer. She wasn't a lobbyist. "She never gave me a last name, but when she mentioned she had shaken hands with 3 former presidents and been invited to Bohemian Grove, I knew she was someone powerful." According to Todd, Ms. Eloise operates in a legal gray area. Not quite a government employee, but not quite independent either. She allegedly sits in on unrecorded White House briefings and carries with her a slim leather dossier known among elite circles as the Ledger of Grace. Inside, the names of individuals she believes deserve, Todd wrote. There are back-channel conversations, whispered deals, favors out. But Eloise? She's the one who whispers the loudest. She presents the cases. She shapes the narrative. She makes sure your name ends up on the right desk on the right day. Chrisley admits it was Savannah who originally connected him to Eloise, unknowingly. Savannah kept speaking out, going on shows, hosting podcasts, making noise. She didn't realize someone in the Department of Justice, who had been watching, forwarded one of her clips to Eloise. That's when the wheels began to turn. Todd said he spent 3 weeks and a daze after their first meeting. I started getting weird notes slipped under my cell door. One said, "Keep praying, but stop talking." Another said, "Forgiveness is a political tool." I thought I was losing my mind. Then one day I got a manila envelope with a single photo inside. It was me, Julie, and our kids on a vacation from 10 years ago. On the back, it said, "This is why you're still in the running." The Chrisley patriarch claimed Eloise made him answer 75 ethical questions, ranging from, would you take the blame for your wife's crime to keep your family intact, to what would you do with total freedom? Todd said his answers were not judged for honesty, but for intent. I asked her once if this was some kind of test. She said, "No, honey. This is a filter. America doesn't pardon everyone, only the ones who still believe in redemption." So why now? Todd claims the pardon decision is drawing near and the pressure is mounting. They've been watching the media. They've been reviewing the numbers. They know I've become a voice for prison reform. That helps me. But the biggest twist came near the end of the letter, when Todd dropped a name that stunned everyone, Jared Kushner. Yes, the former first son-in-law, Todd wrote. Jared is a key advisor to the Eloise network. He's been quietly advocating for white-collar reform and has his hand in selecting certain flagged inmates who might benefit the administration by being pardoned. He's the liaison between Ms. Eloise and the current power brokers. Don't be fooled by the silence. He's watching everything. Todd didn't stop there. He also claimed there's an unofficial pardon shortlist circulating Washington, with his name floating near the top, alongside others like Joe Exotic, a Silicon Valley whistleblower, and a former congressman convicted of fraud. It's a strange list, he admitted, but that's politics. And though many scoffed at the idea of someone like Todd being pardoned, insiders say his story, once viewed as a flashy example of celebrity greed, has taken on a more complex, sympathetic tone in recent months, especially as Savannah continues to highlight conditions inside federal prison and question the system's accountability. She's done more than just advocate, Todd wrote. She's become a thorn in their side, which ironically makes them take her more seriously. You can't be ignored when you're inconvenient. As for what he'd do if pardoned, "I dedicate every waking minute to helping others behind bars," Todd said. "I've seen men die in silence, others go mad from despair. I've seen the forgotten, the wrongly convicted, the punished beyond reasonable. They need a voice. I could be that voice." In true Chrisley fashion, he ended the letter with flair. "Let them say what they want. But if I walk out of here one day a free man, it won't be luck. It'll be Eloise. It'll be Jared. It'll be Savannah. And it'll be because somebody, somewhere, still believes in a second chance." Whether Todd's claims are legitimate or theatrical bluster remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, the Chrisley saga is far from over. And if Ms. Eloise is real, she may just be one of the most powerful people in America, without anyone knowing her last name.